Price $2.99 per pound. Save $1.30 on Purdue fresh chicken leg quarters, only $1.59 per pound. Hunt snack pack puddings, 4 packs, hot price $1.79. ShopRite fresh frozen fruit, 12-ounce bag, only $2.99. Your choice of any fresh pet refrigerated pet food, 20% off. All stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Thursday, April the 4th, 2019. I'm Diane Brewer, and thank you for joining us. A former customs officer convicted of cocaine possession has been ordered today to forfeit over $150,000 in assets to the Crown. Roberto Marquez was jailed for 10 years for money laundering and supplying drugs in 2017. There was evidence to suggest he profited about $255,000 from the proceeds of crime over a 6-year period. His assets, including 2 properties in Bermuda and the Azores, a car and bank accounts valued over $15,000, were frozen. In a hearing at the Supreme Court today, Justice Carla Graves declared Roberto Marquez's realizable assets to amount to $179,000 and ruled that all be forfeited to the Crown. In a statement by Acting Superintendent Nicholas Pedro of the Bermuda Police Service, quote, "We welcome this decision and note that we are committed to using our resources to fairly and transparently remove the proceeds of criminal conduct from the financial system of Bermuda," end quote. A payment of $45,000 will be made immediately into the confiscated assets fund, and the remaining balance of $130,000 is to be paid within 6 months. Marquez will have to serve 7 years imprisonment consecutive to his current sentence if he defaults. In other news, a new twist to airport workers on the airport construction site not being paid on time. Mike Sharp brings us up to date.
Subcontractors at the LF Wade construction site, for some reason, are not paying lower subcontractors, and workers are being terminated. ZBM News understands that this has reached a boiling point, and the matter has resulted in upcoming court cases, according to opposition leader Craig Kennernear.
To hear that people are losing their jobs, that is a concern of mine. Being the leader of the opposition in One Bermuda Alliance, and also when we were government, having brought this project to fruition, to hear that people are unfortunately losing their jobs, and the reason they're losing their jobs is because they're not getting paid, this should be of concern to every single Bermudian. I would implore, and as many of us have been looking at what exactly is going on there, it is evident that ACON has been doing its part. Now, invariably, that a project this size, there's going to be some issues, but for someone not to have been paid week after week, month after month, we're now getting reports today that there have been subcontractors below the main subcontractors that have not been paid for months.
The OBA chief elaborates on main subcontractors and lower subcontractors.
The main subcontractor, I believe, is Career Construction and D&J that are down there as some of the main contractors who sublet out work. They would make submissions to ACON. ACON will pay at the end of the month. Invariably, as I said, sometimes some things may fall away in these large projects. But to hear now that it's not just weeks for some folks, but some of these subcontractors are not getting paid months and months later, and now to hear that there is even some going to court over some of the issues, this is a major concern. And I'm glad to hear that ACON has been doing its part, but it is important for us to ensure that every Bermudian that has the opportunity to be working should be working, and that none of them should be jeopardized over the fact that they're not getting paid.
Mr. Kennernear, who talked to contractors today, had this reaction on who is going to court.
Well, I don't know if that the particular case that you held on the radio is, but I did have some calls today come through to the office to say that there are some companies, subcontractors, smaller ones, who are going to court because they haven't been paid in months.
And I'm Mike Sharp with Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Thanks, Mike. Well, a man working on the Port Royal Golf Course suffered an industrial accident this morning, resulting in the loss of several fingers. Shortly after 7 a.m. today, it was reported that groundsman was operating a tractor-style mower when he placed one of his hands inside of the machine, attempting to remove some debris. As a result, several fingers were severed from his left hand. The man was transported to hospital via ambulance and is currently being treated for his injuries, which are not believed to be life-threatening. Well, coming up, we talk sugar tax, Delwood students working on buying a private bus, and the latest weather news. Stay with us.
Welcome to Furniture Walk. At Furniture Walk, we have one of the island's widest selections of top brand home furnishings, including Stearns & Foster, Craftmaster, Natuzzi, Universal, Bassett, and many more. Whether you're freshening up your living room or remodeling your entire home, we have all the brands and top quality furnishings you'll need. We also offer in-house financing. Can't find what you're looking for in store? No problem. We can special order it for you. Our website has an even larger selection of the world's best furniture. Stop by our Paget store and we'll be happy to help you get on your way to finding the perfect selection for your home or office. Furniture Walk, furnishing Bermuda's homes for over 30 years.
Image Entertainment presents Nadanja Stand-Up Comedy Show. Saturday, April 6th at the Ruth Eaton James Auditorium. From Los Angeles, California, it's Dal Harris. From New York City, the pimp of comedy, it's Sync. And your headliner, the human eyeboard, Janet J. Lamont.
Wouldn't you love for Mr. Biggs to be your daddy? And he can sing to you like, take the trash out. Boy, you better take the trash out. Boy, I'll whoop your ass. Yes, daddy, I'll take it out.
Local comedians are Eddie G and King Sumner. Hosted by me, Nadanja. Admission is $50, VIP $100. Tickets on sale at BDA Tix, 27th Century Boutique, and Kitten Caboodle. Showtime is 8:30 p.m. It's Nadanja Stand-Up Comedy Show. Saturday, April 6th at the Ruth Eaton James Auditorium. This is an Image Entertainment production.
You can count on us.
Sweet Eating Cantaloupes, hot price, 2 for $5. Fresh certified Angus beef, top sirloin steak, $8.99 per pound. Old Time Honey Wheat sliced bread, 20-ounce loaf, hot price, $4.49. Wholesome Pantry almond milk, 64-ounce carton, hot price, $4.59. Family size 24-ounce Kellogg's Frosted or cornflakes or Raisin Bran cereal, hot price, $7.99. All stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Welcome back. Well, this is an inspiring story. Delwood Middle School students are looking to become the first public school to purchase its own shuttle bus. Students are aiming to raise $50,000 for a private bus that will ease the pressure on teachers using personal transportation. Educator Lindsay Simmons feels the public bus system can be unreliable at times, and this would benefit students in the long run.
We actually haven't reached out to government because we know they're tight, and we're trying to do it ourselves and be the first public school in Bermuda to actually earn our own transportation.
And what will the transportation be used for? Do you need to go to certain events? Or?
So we also have dual enrollment students that go to Cedar Bridge. They do English and math, and they have to go twice a day. So we did Ms. Bailey did a survey to see how many times do we transport the children just on a regular basis, and it's 52 times a week. So that's not including extra activities that might pop up here and there. So it's actually doing a lot of wear and tear on the teachers' cars and stuff like that. And we have to make sure that we're following the laws and the children are in the cars correctly. So trying to pull teachers out of classes to transport the children is a little difficult. So if we had a bus, it would just make it easier. Alexis on the end, she's raised probably by herself close to $6,000. She's leading everybody, and that's just her by herself. And that's mostly by these girls and a couple of other students pushing to get the papers done to raise money. So we have a pledge sheet. And if anybody in the public wants to help or any companies want to help, we would love for anybody to come forward and help us in this adventure that we're on.
And how can they get in touch?
If they need to speak to somebody this week, they could call me at 505-7764. And any other time starting next week, they can call the school 295-7404.
So far, the school has raised $14,000 in just a few short weeks, thanks to students' fundraising efforts around the community. Top fundraiser Alexis Smith, who's 12 years old today, tells us what motivates her.
Well, I think that we need a bus because we need to go to our different events, like when we have sports day and stuff like that. We need to go to national stadiums because our field, like, it's not it's like mushy, and we need transportation to get over there. And people, they responded to us good. Like, they give lots of donations. People give like $50 and stuff like that, and they're pretty nice.
Well, happy birthday, Alexis, and well done. To help Delwood Middle School students reach their fundraising target, you can call 295-7404. That's 295-7404. Help the kids out. Turning to weather news, high pressure is keeping the rain away for now. Let's go to AccuWeather headquarters for the latest forecast.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
The BF&M Insurance Group is pleased to bring you tonight's AccuWeather forecast. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brittany Boyer, and hopefully you've had a great Thursday. We're getting close to the weekend, and we will have some drier weather to talk about here, and also a couple of shower opportunities in between. But looking at things right now, you can see we do have some moisture just off to our east, but look at what's going on out toward the U.S. there in the southeast. Definitely some very heavy rainfall. Some areas have seen 6-7 inches with that disturbance. Lucky for us here on the island, not a whole lot going on right now, and that's a good thing because we have had our fair share of rain, actually close to 21 inches of rain since the year has started. So any kind of short break we can get, of course, is a good thing. But we do need the rainfall here, so we will talk more about that coming up in just a couple of moments. Temperatures right now over the island sitting in the mid-60s, humidity right around 65%. It is a little bit breezy outside with winds coming in out of the northeast anywhere from 10 to 15 knots. Our water temperature bumped up a degree or two there, so we're sitting at 70 with our water temperature. Waves inside the reef running between 1 and 2 feet, and outside of the reef we're seeing those waves between 4 and 7 feet. So still some choppy conditions out on the water. We still have a small craft warning out there. Actually, the Bermuda Weather Service continuing the small craft warning through at least Saturday morning. So heads up if that is where you are headed. All right, we have our tidal times right over here. We have our high tide coming in at 9:15 tonight, and then our low tide coming in just after 3:30 on your Friday morning. Overnight tonight, temperatures right around 62 degrees under partly cloudy skies, a light breeze out there for tonight, and then into tomorrow. Looks like a pretty nice day, doesn't it? Mainly dry weather, maybe a shower or two as we head into tomorrow evening, but most of the day should stay fairly dry with highs right around 70 degrees. Let's get into our future casts here, what we can anticipate as we go into Friday and also Saturday. You can see that storm kind of coming off the east coast here. We will have the opportunity for some showers and possibly some rain, some steadier precipitation, I should say, once we get into later in the day on Saturday. But overall, the pattern not looking too bad here on the island. All right, how are things right now in Jamaica? They have a few showers, 83 degrees there, 87 in Barbados, with also mostly cloudy skies and some showers. And in Trinidad, it's just nice and warm. 88 degrees right now. In your gateway forecast here, you can see a lot of rainy icons as we head into Friday into Canada, the East Coast, Atlanta, Georgia, London, a high of 56 with a mix of sun and clouds. Here's a look at the extended forecast. Friday, a nice day. Friday night, maybe a shower or two, and then we'll have to watch out for some additional rain and clouds into Saturday, but then a nice dry stretch as we get ready to head into early next week with temperatures staying in the low 70s.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
And And you're watching the Thursday edition of Bermuda Tonight. Well, small insurtech firms have grabbed a lot of attention, disrupting the way people buy health, auto, and home insurance. But the big tech giants are making inroads of their own. Amazon has teamed up with JP Morgan and Berkshire Hathaway on a healthcare venture. Google bought a minority stake in Applied Systems last year, and Apple is collecting reams of data from its fitness trackers. On the breakdown tonight, Tony Waterman takes a look at whether tech giants could displace legacy insurance companies. Here's a snippet from the show.
I think one of the most recent surveys was that 30% of consumers say they'd be up for buying insurance off of Google or off of Amazon. And these are people, 80% of them, which are already buying insurance to begin with. Do you think that these big tech companies have the power potentially to displace some of these legacy insurance companies?
Yes, they absolutely do. Actually, I met a young man some years back who invented an artificial intelligence bot that would quote auto insurance through Facebook Messenger. And what he talked about is how a lot of modern commerce has been designed to be done online on computer screens, but is actually done on mobile phone screens. In China, a lot of commerce, people buy flowers through Facebook Messenger, order pizzas through Facebook Messenger. And so we, actually took him around to some large insurance companies, and some of them had really recognizable logos. And the answer I got from the insurance companies were, we're piloting web sales. And so I think for a lot of insurance companies, they're really behind the times.
You can watch that entire interview on The Breakdown tonight at 8 p.m. on ZBM TV 9. Well, the sugar tax aimed at encouraging healthier food choices officially came into effect this week. So will it change the habits of consumers? On the streets of Hamilton, our cameraman Kyle McNeil drew a mixed response today when Islanders were asked if the tax will change their buying habits and whether or not the sugar tax is a good idea, in principle at least.
I'm not a big candy eater or sweets eater, so it doesn't make a difference to me. I only purchase that stuff for my kids. And so, yeah, we have to look at the price over time to see if it changes. I don't really eat too much sugar, so it don't really bother me that much, It's a good idea because some people eat too much and they can leave a limb or something.
To me, if I would like a treat, let's say something small, maybe it's a slice of cake, if I really want it and I crave it, I'm going to eat it, regardless of the price. I actually am a little bit disappointed now that, a price of a Coke is actually cheaper or if not comparable to the price of an alcoholic beverage, right? I think we're getting into other issues there. Why not make gyms cheaper? Why not put more physical equipment around? Why not give grants that we can get better exercise, cheaper vegetables, right? Why do the opposite and try to penalize?
If I want chocolate, say here chocolate is going to go up now, I'll just pay extra. If only it brings the healthier food closer to the junk food. So if they both, you know what I mean? Like right now, an apple costs $1.50 or whatever it is, and a chocolate costs $1. If they both cost $1.50 or one costs $2, I think it might make a difference.
Unfortunately not. I like what I like, and I'm going to buy what I want. A lot of us still have bad habits, so until we slowly pull away from eating like that, we're going to look for those things on the shops and pay for whatever they are.
I actually try to keep fit, so it's not going to particularly change my buying habits, but I do think it's going to have an impact on the buying habits economically of our island, because obviously as sugar is going to rise, it's going to make people kind of budget a little better, where they're not going to spend or have the same expenditure they're going to have on sugar, which I think in turn is going to make everyone healthier, because we have a big diabetes problem on the island to begin with. So I think it's actually a blessing.
I don't think it'll change my buying habits, but I think I would at least think twice about purchasing certain products. I think for the most part the initiative is to better Bermudians' health long term, so I see the point behind it. We'll see down the road if it actually makes a difference.
I think it's a great idea, because Bermudians basically follow the North American behaviors, such as plenty of sugar, plenty of fats in their diets, plenty of French fries, and all the rest. So yeah, anything that needs to be curtailed, they can tax it to the hilt, like also alcohol.
I think I'll be buying many fewer snacks. I don't know if it'll work that way for everyone. It'll work that way for me, but we're all different, so we can hope it'll have an effect on health and go from there.
I don't think it's going to make a difference. Just like with cigarettes, if people want to smoke, they're still going to pay what they do for a pack of cigarettes. So if they want sugar, they're still going to get it. maybe they'll just start bringing in their own chocolates when they fly out. I'm on the fence with it. I'm not sure if it's a good idea or a bad idea. Feedback that I have from visitors who come to Bermuda and in my work, they ask me about the sugar tax and they wonder why Bermuda's taxing people for sugary things.
No, I don't think it does. I'll just consume what I want, when I want. Yeah, I think it's a good idea in principle. I don't think that I eat a lot of sugar, but it will maybe dissuade some people from consuming, but not me.
To be continued. Meanwhile, 11 million people globally are dying earlier each year due to an unbalanced diet, making unhealthy diets deadlier than smoking, according to the BBC. A study published called The Global Burden of Disease found diet was a factor in 1 in 5 globally. Cancers and type 2 diabetes made up the rest of the diet-related deaths. High salt consumption shortened the highest number of lives due to cardiovascular disease. Consuming whole grains, fruits, nuts, seeds, and vegetables is said to lower the risk of heart attack and stroke. Earl Bazin will have all the latest sports news after the break. Stay tuned.
I close my eyes and I can see the world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake.
Over time, your mattress goes through a lot. That's why at Dreams, our experts recommend you replace your mattress every 8 years for a better night's sleep. Replace every 8 years and sleep better with Dreams.
For the world we're gonna make.
Made with care, handled with care, delivered with care. Now that's what dreams are made of.
At Argus, our interest is you. Each of you. Around here, we know that when two people seem the same, they can have very different insurance needs. For their health, home, work, and future. Which is why we take the time to get to know you as an individual, so we can provide insurance coverage that fits your life. Because after all, our interest is you.
The Marketplace Food Court is you and your family's one-stop shop. Start your day at the Breakfast Bar with omelets made to order and traditional Bermuda codfish breakfast. The chefs will cook lunch and dinner to your liking. Along with the salad bar, sandwich bar, sushi bar, and fruit bar, the Marketplace Food Court is your kitchen away from home. Every day is hassle-free with nutritious meals from the Marketplace Food Court. Visit us 7 days a week. Homemade cooking, quality service, all at prices you can count on.
Here's Earl Bazin with tonight's sports report.
Tennis, netball, motocross, hockey, and basketball are just some of the sports that will be highlighted in this Thursday edition of Sports. We begin tonight's Sportscast with Mackay Ritter and Antonio Warner competing in the Barbados Junior International Tennis Tournament. Warner went down in straight sets in his semifinal to Guillermo Banaton from Honduras, 6-love, 7-5. Ritter would take on Lucia Shamshi from Trinidad and Tobago in the other semifinal, and he would go down in a 3-set battle, 3-6, 6-3, 6-love. Number 1 seeds, Ritter and Banaton, would then take to the court for the doubles final against number 2 seeds Warner and Shamshi. The top seeds would come away with a straight sets 6-1, 6-2 victory. Meanwhile, on the local front, the Manders Tennis Management Easter Bowl continued with semi-final action taking place at the Fairmount Southampton Tennis Club. In the first semi-final, Gavin Manders would defeat Sam Butler in straight sets 7-6, 7-5. Manders held a 4-1 lead in the first set, which saw Butler fight back, sending the match into a tiebreaker. The second set was just as entertaining, with Manders able to hold off another strong challenge from Butler to advance to the final. Youngster Tariq Simons defeated Neil Tolson in a big 3-set battle to advance to the final. Simons would win a seesaw first set 6-4, but Tolson would take advantage of some unforced errors and some solid play to win the second set 6-1. The match would then be decided in the third and final set, which Simons was able to hold his nerve and win 6-4. Jair Mitchell has signed to compete with Team Holeshot Motorsports on the Canadian motocross circuit. Mitchell, who will race the number 50 bike, will begin the fight for a title placement in round 1 this coming weekend.
I don't have my expectations set too high because I'm joining a new team and I've never raced this type of race before, so I just want to have a good first race and build through the season and see what I can do. I mean, the end goal is to win and be on the podium, but I can't set realistic predictions before racing this first. I mean, the journey here has been hard, doing hard work, putting in, and I wouldn't be able to do this without this team. So I'm appreciative, but I'm just using this as a stepping stone to go on even further.
Gillian Teixeira was yet again back in action competing in the Bohai International Horse Jumping event in Belgium. Competing in the 1.20 meter table A class, Teixeira and Chakola finished 30th. They clocked a time of 68.64, but they would also have 4 penalty fold points. Finishing 60th, riding Escalada in the 1.45 meter table A class, the pair will clock a 16 penalty fold time of 70.53. Round 2 of the Pompano Couples Spring Golf Tournament took place at the Tuckers Point Golf Club yesterday. Defending champions Doug and Shireen Kozak extended their lead with a fine score of 7 under par 63, and they have a 2-round score of 134. Milton and Pat Miller are in second after their second round 4 under par 66, and they have a 2-round score of 142. The next lowest round of the day came from Hap and Nancy Iringer, who shot a solid 6 under par 64, and they are in third with a 2-round score of 143. Inshade Smith represented Victoria Christian Center Academy Track and Field during the SPAA track meet at Woodlawn. Smith finished second in the women's varsity 100 meters, clocking a time of 12.92. Smith would clock a women's varsity 200 meter winning time of 27.58. And during the women's varsity 400 meters, Smith clocked a time of 1:12.28 to finish in 7th place. The Kelowna Rockets came from 4-1 down at the start of the third period to level the Bermuda Ball Hockey Playoff Final Series at 1-1, scoring 5 unanswered goals, picking up a 6-4 win over the Calgary Hitman at the PCC Hockey Rink last night. The Calgary Hitman would hold a 3-1 lead at the end of the first period with 2 goals from Ross Roffinage and a single strike from Jacob Marchant. Ian Bowden would score the lone goal for the Kelowna Rockets in the period. Only 1 goal was scored in the second period as Marchant scored his second goal of the game to make it 4-1. The Kelowna Rockets would then get single strikes from Adam Matatal, John Tolbert, Ryan Solly, Shane Machette, and David Provas as they stunned the Calgary Hitman. A total of 217 points were scored in the latest round of the Bermuda Basketball League that took place inside the Bermuda College Gymnasium last evening. Game 1 saw the Somerset Tsunamis defeat the Pembroke Skyforce 63-52. Dean Jones led the Somerset Tsunamis with a double-double, scoring 15 points and grabbing 14 rebounds. He would also record 7 assists, 1 steal, and 4 block shots. Jericho Tucker scored a game-high 19 points for the Pembroke Skyforce. He would also have 7 rebounds and 2 steals. Game 2 saw the Devonshire Chargers defeat the Smith Court Kings 58-44. I'm Earl Baisden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
Are you required to take one or more medications daily but have a hard time remembering when to take them? The Phoenix Tours can help with an MDS blister pack, a multi-dose packaging system that makes it easier to manage and take your medication. Each MDS blister pack contains medication for the week and is pre-packed, sealed, and labeled by a pharmacist. Prescriptions grouped by the day and the time of day you should take them. Take confidence in knowing you're using your medications as the doctor planned. Visit the Phoenix Stores to get your MDS blister pack today. The Phoenix Stores, for a better life.
Wednesday, the 24th of April, Michael Ramsden returns to Bermuda, accompanied by fellow Christian apologists Alicia Wood and Vince Vitale, also of the Ravi Zacharias International Ministries. Once again, we tackle the mysteries and misconceptions arising from the Christian worldview. Has Christianity failed? Where is God in suffering? And why believe in fairy tales? Plan to attend this fascinating forum at the Mid-Ocean Amphitheater on the 24th of April at 7:30.
Free tickets at ptix.bm.
Toyota commercial vehicles from Bermuda Motors are the smart business choice. They're fuel efficient, durable, and provide exceptional performance. Bermuda Motors maintains an inventory of Toyota genuine parts and has Toyota factory-trained technicians. So don't risk buying a second-hand or gray market truck from someone you don't know. Whether you run a large fleet or single commercial vehicle, choose Toyota from Bermuda Motors, the smart business choice.
Let's Talk is back. The TV talk show hosted by Gary Marino airs live at 8 p.m. on Mondays. Real conversations with key figures in public life, going beyond the sound bites to explore and contextualize current affairs. And there's lots to talk about: jobs, tax reform, our changing economy, education, crime, and the environment. Discussing the issues that matter in depth and with personality. A new studio, a new look for a new season. That's Let's Talk. Live Mondays at 8 p.m. on ZBM TV 9 and repeated at 7 a.m. on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 a.m.
And that's our newscast. I'm Diane Brewer. Thanks for sharing your Thursday evening with us, everyone. We appreciate you. Good night.